Welcome back to another video, and today we will be doing part 3 of the flashlight tutorial. Hopefully this should be the final part. Today we'll be setting up the interaction system and the battery pickup, and yeah, we'll get straight into it. So first things first, let's set up some new folders. We're going to get one for interface and one for our battery. Pick up. And with your interface, go into the folder and then go right click and go to blueprints. Yeah, this not this one, and then go into blueprint interface, and you want to name it interact interface. I'm gonna pop an into whatever it's called in there, and then in this function we want to call it on interact enter. Then we want to copy and paste this to on interact exit, and then we want to paste it again to just on interact. And on interact we want to add an input being and call that interactor, and then we'll change this to pawn. And then so you go to pawn and we want object reference, so compile save that, and then go into your first person character and we'll just set up this interact system now. And so what we want is click on your component capsule, right click, add event, or add on component begin overlap, and then do the same thing again and get on component end overlap. And from here you want to go from other actor and get does implement interface, and then we'll have a branch off of there, and then plug that into there, double click there to add a line, and then put on interact enter, and we'll just pop that into true. Have another line to neaten it up a bit, and then on the does implement interface we want to add the interface that we just made, so interact underscore interface, and copy and paste this to the one below, link that to there, that to there, and that to there, and then keep that as that, but then instead of interact enter we want on interact exit. And then from in the last video we made an interact event in the settings, so we need to grab that, and then we want to grab our component capsule, drag it down here, and get overlapping actors, and we'll leave that class filter as none, so just don't change that. And then off of here we want to get a for each loop, and grab that on there, attach that to there, and then from this we pretty much just want to do the exact same thing, so just grab everything and hook that to there, hook that to there, and instead of on interact exit we want to change that to on interact. We'll set that to there, and on the interactor we'll set that to get reference to self, and there you go, you have your interact system all set up with inside your player. So if you want to just hold on that, select all of it, press C, and interact. That just makes it easier for when you're looking at your code later on, to just make it all nice and easy to find. Yeah, so compile save, and then we want to make the battery. So go to your contents page and go into the file that we made for battery pickups, and I'm going to make a new folder called BP for blueprints, and then one for mesh. And this is just because I'm using my own 3D model, but you guys can use it. So just drag that in there, and then import all. And to make it easier to see in the dark, I'm going to change this to have an emissive colour. Just attach that to there, apply, save, and then go into your back and go to the BP, and then right click, blueprint class actor, and then we'll call it battery pickup. Double click. On the viewport, add your static mesh, which is the battery. And this is way too big, so we're going to scale this down 0.1, and then we want to grab a collision sphere collision. We'll have that around there, and then we also want to add a widget. So let's actually create that widget now. Let's go back to our UI folder, right click, user interface, widget blueprint, and we'll have this as interact. And we want to remove the canvas panel, get a size box, drag that in, and then we want a border, and then we want a horizontal box, and then we want text. So in the horizontal box, pop 2 lines of text, and then I'm going to change the border down to, on the appearance brush color, I'm going to change this to black and lower the alpha to 0.25 to make it see-through. And then on the size box, let's change that, so width override and height override. We're going to change the width to 200, and we'll change the height to 50. And then fill screen, desired, and that is, let's change the text to interact, and then you can be E. Set these both to be centered, so like just by changing these, and I am going to make the size box a little bit bigger, so I'm going to change this to 250. So the reason that we have these as 2 separate text is for later on in your game you might have the ability to change your keybinds in like settings, so just having it as a separate text just allows you to change it without having to change this one. So now that's done, we go back into the battery pickup, we go to the viewport widget, and here where it says widget class we want to change that to interact, and where it says world we want to change that to screen, and draw at desired size, we'll change that, tick that. And now that should all be good. Let's drop this into the world just to see if the it's all working. Yeah, so we've got the UI, but as you can see it's constantly showing up, but this is where our interact exit and enter will help us. So if you go into event graph, actually click on your widget, scroll down till you see rendering, and then uncheck visible. And then what we want to do is click class settings at the top and go into interfaces, click add, and search up the interface we just made, so interact interface for the one I named it, and just this should appear down here, and then if you right click on them you can now implement the event. And from pull out your widget and get set visibility, connect that to there, and then copy and paste that, and then connect that to there and there. Tick on your enter, so on your enter you want it ticked, and on your exit you want it unticked. And then on event interact we want to set up a link to our character. So from the cast we want to grab get battery amount and get max battery amount, and we want to get a less than. And so we grab a branch off of there, connect that to there, and then we want to grab battery amount, set battery amount, +1. And just make sure to connect that to there. And now that should be all set up, but let's just do destroy actor. So that just makes sure that it actually destroys the battery pickup once we pick it up, so then you can't just infinitely pick them up. And then, yeah, that all works. Lovely. Let's just test to see that it allows you to only pick up the max amount. Alright, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can only pick up 10, and then you refresh them. Lovely. So that is the whole system set up. I hope this collection of videos helps you guys, and yeah, enjoy your new flashlight and battery system.